Hello YouTube and welcome to Just My Opinion UK. Today bringing you a video about the Rolex Submariner reference 114060. This is the ceramic no-date Submariner. And today's video is it's covering this watch and my experience with this watch so far. Now, as some of you know, I talked in one of my previous videos about downsizing my collection and owning just one watch. That's right, just owning one piece of horology. And I decided that the one piece I was going to keep was to be the Rolex no-date Submariner. And see how I get on with it, basically. You know, I've been into watches for a lot of years. I've owned, without exaggeration, probably 30 plus really high quality brands. You know, Omega, Rolex, Jaeger Cultra, Tag Heuer, Breitling. You know, I've owned, you know, basically for under £6,000, I've owned majority of the top brands, and this is the one I've decided to keep. Now, I've sold my Omega Speedmaster Professional. I've sold my Omega Seamaster Professional. I've sold my Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean. I've sold my Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean Chronograph. I have sold my Tudor Black Bay. I've sold my Oris Diver's Watch. And I've sold my Rolex Submariner date with and it was the Hulk version. I've sold all of them. And reason being is I'm wanting to build a relationship with just one watch. I'm wanting just one watch to tell a story. When you have numerous watches, you tend to water down the feeling, you water down the experience a little bit. Whereas if you have just one watch, you grow to love that one watch 100%. You know, sort of love the one you're with type relationship. And you know, I have worn this watch now. I've worn this Rolex Submariner every single day for coming up, what would it be, coming up 4 weeks. And I've worn it for everything. I've worn it for, you know, hard work. I've worn it in bed. I've worn it in the shower. I've worn it in the bath. I've worn it in the suit. I've worn it in work clothes. I've dug in it. I have really manually worked in this watch. I've done everything in it. I've not taken it off for it. Even in the gym and in the swimming pool, I have worn this watch. I've used it for absolutely everything. And you can see, you know, it's a bit dirty in places. You can see a bit of dirt underneath the bezel. It's taken a couple of knocks to the clasp. It's, you know, I'm really using and abusing this watch. At the end of the day, it is a tool watch. It is designed to be used, and Rolex are very, very well made. And I'm enjoying it. You know, I am loving this watch. I really, really am. In the past, I've always owned watches, been a little bit careful with them, taken them off, cleaned them, put them back in a case or in a display box or whatever. Whereas now, I am using this watch as it was intended. I am using it as a tool, an everyday tool watch. And yeah, the report so far is superb. Absolutely loving this watch. The glide lock system, a particular favourite of mine. You know, here in the UK, I'm filming this tail end of April. We've had some warm days, we've had some cold days. So to have that micro adjustment on the glide lock system has been fantastic. Loving the accuracy of this watch. I'm quite a stickler for setting the seconds hands to the correct time. And on Omegas, I usually every 2 or 3 days, I will stop the seconds hands at the 12 o'clock position and then wait for I check my phone and I look at what the digital time is, wait for the seconds hands to come, and then when it hits the 12 o'clock position, I click the crown in so that I know the watch is synced to the exact second. With this watch, I've not had to alter this for coming up to probably about 10 days. Extremely accurate, very, very impressed with the in-house Rolex movement, really impressed with it. It's doing a fantastic job. I thought I might miss the chronograph feature. Of all the features I use on a watch, I do use the chronograph. But I have been using the bezel. I've been using the bezel a lot more on this than any other watch I've ever owned, because I've been without the chronograph feature of my Speedmaster, so I've learned to start using the bezel instead for timing things. So, you know, I've got over that hurdle. I've also obviously not had the date window, which I was used to having on the Seamaster and the Planet Ocean. Now I have simply made a habit of checking my phone in the morning, checking the date, and remembering the date throughout the day. So having no date window hasn't become an issue, which I thought it might do. That was the one thing that did concern me about just having the no date sub. I thought I might miss the having a date feature, but I haven't. The first couple of days I probably did, but now I don't give it a second thought. I love the symmetry. I love the symmetrical design. I love the classic design of this watch, and it's one of the reasons why I chose, of all the watches I had in my collection, it is the reason why I chose the No Date Submariner to be the one and only keeper. This is the one watch I'm keeping in my collection, and I am using and abusing it. And I know a lot of you guys will probably be thinking, what is this guy doing, you know, hammering a Rolex Submariner about? But, you know, it's a tool. You know, to me, at the end of the day, it's a tool. Yes, it's an expensive tool, but that said, I drive a Toyota Hilux, right? It's not quite brand new. It's 3 months old. It cost me £33,000, did that truck, and it is a truck. And as we speak right now, it is loaded with brick rubble, is that truck. You know, £33,000, and I am using it as a tool. This watch was $5,450, and I'm using it as a tool. I use it to tell the time, and I use it to time things. Whether that be, you know, a pizza in the oven, how long I've been at the gym, or whatever, you know, whatever I want to time, I just use this bezel. Really, really good feature to have. Obviously, it won't do the microseconds like a chronograph would, but you know, for me, the things I need to time, you know, to the nearest minute is adequate enough. Bracelet, obviously, you know, tapering down makes this an extremely comfortable watch to wear as a daily user. You know, tapering from, I think that's about 20mm down to, I'm guessing, maybe 17 or 18mm. So really, really comfortable bracelet. As I've said, the glide lock system, it's just superb. Really is superb. I've used, you know, this watch every single day. Like I've said, I've slept in it. I have worked out in it. I've been to work in it. It's been on. I've worn it as a desk diver. I have worn it in my workshops. I've worn it all over and used it for every single event. And I've purposely not taken it off, apart from to do this video. Now, many people thought I was lying when I said that I was going to sell off all my watches and that, you know, this was going to be my one and only. They didn't believe I would do it. But wristwatch check, nothing. I don't have a wristwatch on because I've got it in my hand. So I literally own this one watch. Now my plan is to build memories. You know, I'm going to build memories with this watch. I'm going to use and abuse it. I'm going to enjoy it. This is going to be my beta watch. This is going to be my everyday tool watch. I do plan on adding to the collection, saying adding, to start a collection. I am planning on getting the Rolex GMT2, the Batman, the BLNR version. I have got my name down at a couple of boutiques for that one. So when that comes in, I will be buying it. And then I will be looking at getting possibly another chronograph at some point. But I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to buy one watch maybe every year or every couple of years. Whereas in the past, I've sort of bought watches and had them for a few months, sold them, bought another watch, and swapped and changed quite a lot. And the problem with doing that, I mean, that's fine if you enjoy swapping and changing a lot, but I'm at the stage now where I just feel that I'd like to just have one and just love and enjoy one watch. And then if the occasion crops up where I'm in the right place at the right time, and a watch that I really truly love crops up, then I'll buy it. What I have been guilty of doing in the past is I see a watch that I'm not particularly looking for, but I buy it because it's cheap, or because it's available, or because I get chance of it, or maybe a viewer has emailed me and said that they've got a watch they want to sell. So of course, I've negotiated a deal and I've bought the watch. Not because I want the watch, it's just because it just made sense to buy it, and also it brought a bit of variety to the channel. But now, because I've entered into my deal with a watch boutique, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to have numerous watches in my ownership to bring quality content to the channel. I can do that without having to own the pieces, which is a plus from my point of view. So now it means that I can own exactly what I want to own and not what I want to review. So it's a win-win. But yeah, I mean, to anybody looking to own just one watch, just one piece of horology, for me, the Rolex Submariner, the ceramic no date, is that's the watch. I'm a big James Bond fan. The Rolex Submariner making its debut in Dr. No, worn throughout the Connery era of James Bond's, and in the early days of Roger Moore. He wore the Rolex Submariner no date in Live and Let Die. The Rolex Submariner played a part in the Bond history. It's played a part in, obviously, diving. It's an iconic piece. It is an iconic watch. And it's a classic. It's just a classic design. It's a flawless classic design. It really is. If I was to be critical and to criticise the watch, I wish it was a little bit bigger than a 40mm. I do generally like 42mm to 44. 40mm maybe a little bit on the small side. That being said, the later version, this being the ceramic version, they've widened the lugs, which has given the watch a bit more beef on the wrist. The watch has put a little bit of weight on from its predecessor, which I think it needed to do. I think it needed that little bit of extra beef. My wrist being quite a large wrist, to give you a wrist shot, I felt that that fits me fine. It's a nice, comfortable watch to wear. It's just the perfect size. I felt that in other watches, 40mm was just too small. But thanks to the very, very clever design of this one, with the lugs, it wears bigger. It wears more like a 42mm watch rather than a 40. But very, very cleverly, they've put quite a slender bracelet on the watch, but obviously tapering down. So it makes the case feel bigger because it's on a more slender bracelet. But obviously the bracelet being the 904L steel, it's just a really nice quality bracelet. Everything about this watch is just quality. It's simplicity, it's classic, and it's quality, which, from a one and only wristwatch, that's what I ask. I ask for functionality, I want quality, I want comfortable, a comfortable watch, and the cherry on the cake for me is, Rolex Submariner, no date ceramic. It's as good as money in the bank. They're a fantastic investment. Yes, you can say I'm beating this watch up, so it is. It's going to get some knocks, it's going to get some scrapes, it's going to get some wear and tear. It is worn every single day, in bed. I never take it off. Some of you guys that will be watching this who wear this watch for special occasions and things, which is fine, absolutely fine. It's whatever you want to do it. But for me, it is a tool watch. The Rolex Submariner was made as a diver's watch. It was designed to be used by, people who are diving, people who are exploring. It was designed to be a tool watch. It doesn't have fancy bits and bats bolted on that can break off. It is a tool watch. If you scratch this case to hell and scratch the bracelet, scratch the clasp and everything, it'll all brush out. It'll all brush out when it goes in for a service. They can soon sort those bits and bats out. And at the end of the day, I've paid £5,450 for this watch. I want to use it. I don't want it sat in a box. I want this watch to be on my wrist every single day. when if somebody in the pub sees that I've got a Rolex on my wrist, if they want to see it, they can, and I can say to them, if they say, "Oh God, it's scratched," or it's this, I'll just say to myself, "Well, I wear it every single day, and I have done for, I'm hoping at that stage, X amount of years." I hope this will be a watch that I'll be wearing in 10 years' time. We shall see. But yeah, certainly at this point in my life, Rolex Submariner, my one and only watch. To be honest with you, it's a relief. It is a relief. I've owned some really super cool watches. I really have. I've been very, very privileged to own some beautiful pieces of horology, some really beautiful watches. When watches have been released by brands, I've managed to get my name on them and buy them and own them and enjoy them. But it makes you feel a little bit, I don't know, you feel like you're too timing a watch somehow. You feel like, I suppose it'd be a feeling like you'd have if you had 5 or 6 wives. I'm a man of simple taste. I just want one wife. I don't need 5. I'm very, very similar with my watches. I only need one. I can love and adore one watch. I don't need to have 5 to make me feel special. Having one quality piece that makes me happy is fine. And the next piece I add to the collection will be the Rolex GMT2 Master 2, the BLNR. That's one that I've got a bit of a hankering for. I strongly suspect I will end up with the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch again. I do love that piece. I've had my time with that watch. I've had my time. I think it's best that watch has gone because it was getting a little bit stale. I love the watch, but it was getting a little bit stale. It was a bit same old on the wrist. I'm hoping that absence will make the heart grow stronger, and I might, in a year or two's time, really, really find that I miss the watch and purchase one back. The good news for me is the price I got for mine. I can buy another one online tomorrow, and it's a common watch to get hold of, so it's not, it's not a problem. So I just thought I'd give you. Obviously, I'm going to be bringing more quality watches, and some viewers have kindly offered to send their watches in for review. Like I said, I've got this deal with this boutique who are prepared to loan me watches to review. The quality watches are still coming to the channel, still doing watch talk and things like that. It's just, they're not going to be watches owned by me. They're going to be watches that are on loan. I'll wear the watches for maybe 24 hours and give a feedback on my thoughts. I'm just doing this video just to check in with you guys, let you know that the plan of selling off the watches and just owning one has happened. I've sold all the watches I said I was going to sell. I got near enough my price for each of them. Within £50 or so, I got my price. So really, really happy with the result. I'm going to invest the money and possibly into another classic car. We'll see. I'm going to leave some money to one side to get the BLNR Rolex one day when it arrives. I expect that'll be in about 6 months or so though. So it'll be the Rolex Submariner, no date, ceramic, every single day for the next 6 months at least before I get another watch. I'll keep you updated because, like I said, this watch is going to get some absolute hammer over the next 6 months. So we shall see how it fares to the abuse it's going to get. For the abuse it's had already, to give you an example, I work with a lot of stone. A lot of granite, a lot of really sort of, hardcore machinery and things. And this watch, I've had this watch in total now for 6 months, and it's been worn a lot in 6 months, but it's not been off my wrist for at least a month, and it's faring quite well. Considering the work that this watch has done on my wrist, it's not faring badly at all. You can see on the bracelet there, it's not in bad condition at all. Same as the clasp there, it's not doing too badly. So stay tuned for more vids. Check out my other videos, and so don't forget to subscribe to the channel Leave a like, leave a comment, check out my other videos, and thank you for watching. This is Just My Opinion UK.